The weight of my sins. This isn't a story about heroes. It's a story about survival, about crawling through the dark when the world offers no light. I've walked through fire and concrete, slept under fluorescent buzz, learned how steel bars think, and how a man can freeze from the inside out. I've lived the kind of life people only whisper about, the kind that ends up as headlines when it all burns down. I'm not here to glorify any of it. I'm not here to make myself a victim or a villain. I'm just here to tell it, raw, uncut. The first job I ever ran alone, the smuggling, the coke, the betrayals. If you came for a polished story, you're in the wrong place. If you came for the truth, the kind that bleeds, the kind that hurts to remember but demands to be told, then stay. I didn't choose this life. It chose me the moment I opened my eyes in a world already broken. I came from nothing, just scraps of hope scattered across streets that never forgave. I learned early that trust was a currency you couldn't afford to spend. And love. Love was something you gave up when survival came knocking. The first time the streets pulled me in, I was just a kid. Black hair messy from sleepless nights. Eyes too young to be carrying that much weight. I saw everything. The hustlers. The deals. The way a man could be feared or forgotten with one wrong move. Maybe I chased respect. Maybe I ran from what was waiting at home. But that first job? It's March 2020. The world shut down under quarantine. And while I love my wife and children more than life itself, I needed an escape. So I decided to write. My story is told in spontaneous prose. A Beat Generation rhythm. Jack Kerouac, Burroughs, Ginsberg. Only difference is, they needed drugs to get there. And I already live in that headspace. I suffer from ADHD, anxiety chained to its ankle like a prisoner. You'll notice things in this story. Misspelled words, broken thoughts, detours, rants, circles. But I won't go back to fix them. Once you catch the rhythm, it'll make sense. I'll take you through childlike wonder, loss, pain, corruption, and the darker corners of existence most people avoid on purpose. Through the 70s and 80s, in places where organized crime ruled the streets. And here's the part no one expects. During those years when I was moving weight, I buried more than cash. There were bricks of money, gold, stones that sparkled like tiny lies, all of it hidden somewhere in Florida. I promised myself I would never spend a dime of that past, not after the damage I caused and the lives I pushed downriver. So I'm giving it back, or at least the chance of it. Throughout this story, I'll leave clues, quiet ones, patient ones, about how much is buried, and where it sleeps beneath the soil of my old sins. By the end, every clue will be there, and if you can piece it together, then it's yours. But I ask one thing. Whoever finds it, donate a portion to those who are hurting, the kind of hurting I once helped make worse. This is my life, my road through hell and back, and it's time I let it spill. Welcome to episode 0. If any part of this story touches you, then stay for the next chapter. Episode 1 begins where all of this really started, with a brother, a death, and a childhood buried under grief. If you want to follow the trail, and maybe one day solve the puzzle I left behind, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and meet me in episode 1.